thanks for listening. This is Brian Hurley from Business Performance Improvement. The podcast Lean Six Sigma Bursts are short lessons, comments, Q&A, and insights. If you have a question, send your question through the Anchor app, and we might feature you on a future episode. Or contact me at biz-pi.com. In this podcast, I share an article I wrote, which was a case study of a company I worked with, and how they're able to complete 7 Greenbelt projects and save nearly $1 million in value. A manufacturer that does a mix of production and research and development expressed interest in a 2-week Six Sigma Greenbelt training program. Their leadership had come from the automotive industry and realized there was a lack of statistical rigor and knowledge in their highly educated team. They knew these skills were critical to their future success as a company. I was asked to be the instructor for this course. We started with a 1-day white belt course with top management in order to get everyone on the same page and explain their role in selecting and supporting the upcoming Greenbelt projects. During the session, we started brainstorming project ideas, and they were tasked with completing the project charters for the Greenbelt candidates before the full training would begin. The Greenbelt course was conducted 5 days on site at their facility for the first week. Then I returned for the second week of training about 6 weeks later. Typically, we teach this course with Minitab statistical software, but they wanted the course to be done with JMP. I was not as experienced with that software, but was able to update the training materials and learn the basic functionality of the software. Fortunately, many of these software programs are similar in nature. There were 17 students in the course, with about 12 of them completing all the days of training, and the others needing to take the makeup courses through the online platform. Some teams paired up to conduct their project, so some projects were done alone or with 1 or 2 additional people from the course. The cost of the training was approximately $40,000, which included slide preparation and customization for JMP software, as well as travel costs such as food, hotel, and airfare for 3 separate trips, the White Belt trip and then the 2 Greenbelt trips. It also included coaching calls after the training. So this averaged out to around $2,000 per person, which is a really good price for a 2-week, 80-hour Greenbelt course. We're still trying to quantify all the project savings, but here are the results from just a few of the projects launched. First one, lowered the material usage from 5 kilograms to 1 kilogram a week, which is a savings of $6,000 per year, and reduced the number of bottles consumed from 5 to 6 a month to about 2 per month, which saved about $8,000 per year or $14,000 in annual savings. But the biggest benefits were in lead time reduction from 3 weeks to 1 week, which reduced labor by $7,000 per order. And if they could apply these learnings to all their other products, it could result in savings of over $700,000. The second project reduced rework from 20% to 10%, resulting in over 200 less failures per month. The savings is estimated to be $38,000 per month or $450,000 per year. The third project increased production throughput from 10 to 35 per week by increasing test yields and reducing delays and repeat runs, which resulted in less labor hours and overtime, equating to almost 50% reduction in part costs, another $450,000 per year, and inventory reductions of $150,000. The next project increased production by 350%, with annual savings of $12,000 in labor costs and $16,000 per week in cost avoidance in the first year, and much greater in future years as the volumes increase, along with reduced energy costs of $500,000 per year at full rate production, and they were able to bring more production in-house. Let me pause for a moment to tell you about our sponsor, Creative Safety Supply. Creative Safety Supply is a great resource for free guides, infographics, and continuous improvement tools. I recommend starting with their 5S guide. It includes breakdowns of the 5 pillars, ways to begin implementing 5S, and even organization tips and color charts. From red tags to floor markings, it's all there. Download it for free at creativesafetysupply.com/5S. The next project reduced the time to complete data processing by researchers, a high-cost labor, from 6 minutes to under 10 seconds, a 98% reduction, saving over $10,000 in time savings, which would be labor hours times the hourly rate. This was accomplished by evaluating the steps, removing waste, and adding some automation. The number of errors were greatly reduced as well, from about 1 error per sample to 1 error every 50 samples. The next project reduced mixing time from 20 seconds to 12 seconds, which resulted in 182 hours of savings per year, with about 1,500 mixes per year, saving labor worth about $10,000 per year. And the last project ran experiments to identify a more consistent and less variation mix recipe, and evaluated the spec limits to show that they are too restrictive given the process and technology, leading to higher scrap and rework. Even without the spec limit change, the new process and updated SOP will save $17,000 per year. So the impact of the Greenbelt program using only a few of these projects is less than a month payback period. If you look at the initial investment versus the over $1 million in savings, with much more in potential impact to go, you're looking at easily over 2,000% ROI. And after 1 year, 15 of the 17 students completed their Greenbelt project, which is outstanding, 88% success rate. The total impact of the projects led to a payback on the training of just a few weeks. So what allowed this company to achieve such a high project completion rate and get the large cost savings is that the top management identified and launched these projects during our white belt class. They did an excellent job as project sponsor, and they wanted to see the change in the culture. They also had an excellent administrative assistant who worked with me on the course logistics, but more importantly, helped set up the project cadence reviews and kept the projects moving forward. Finally, they set project deadlines to require projects to be completed by a certain date, which also help people get their projects completed. So if you'd like help with a similar program conducted virtually, could also do on-site, there'll be additional costs for that, but you've got a good balance of self-paced learning and live instruction done virtually. Check out the page in the show notes or go to biz-pi.com and look for the Lean Six Sigma coaching program for organizations. And basically it'll be around 10 people in a class. We go through a host of different tools and methods, and then there's a coaching program to help people get their projects done. That is the key to success. If you don't do the projects, you're not going to get the benefits from those projects. If you do the projects, you'll save the money that you invested in the training. And you've got the long-term benefits that you're providing to these employees to build up their skill set for every future project they work on. And then you're also investing in your people. That makes them want to stick around longer because they feel like they're valued and that they're an important part of the organization. They wouldn't just invest this training in somebody that they're going to get rid of or fire anytime soon. There's lots of benefits, not only the financial benefits, but the benefits to the individual and to the long-term culture change that you're going to experience. So please reach out and let me know if you're interested in a program like this or would like to learn more. Whether you work in a manufacturing company, at a hospital, within a government agency, or volunteer at a nonprofit organization or NGO, continuous improvement is necessary and essential. For the past 25 years, I've been helping organizations implement Lean and Six Sigma methods into their culture. And I've compiled all this knowledge into the 7 best practices that are essential to any organization. If you sign up with your email, you will receive a link to the YouTube video, you will receive an audio podcast, and a summary document you can download. The video takes less than 30 minutes to listen to, and it will help you fully leverage the power of these methods and ensure your organization has a solid improvement culture and foundation. Go to biz-pi.com and look for the 7 continuous improvement best practices document.